You better get up, stand up. If you've been done wrong, you better stand up for your rights like that Marley song. Get yourself represented, lawfully defended. Know your human rights, don't ever surrender. No, don't.
Welcome to Justice for All, the program that takes you through the ins and outs of Jamaica's legal and justice systems and how they affect you. Human rights belong to us all, and when someone violates those rights, you call the police. But what do you do when the persons violating your rights are the police? Joining me now, Camille Lee.
Good morning.
Good morning. Do you feel as though the police should police themselves?
Well, I am not sure that any one of us are able to effectively police ourselves. I think sometimes there is a need for outside, independent policing of all of our actions. When your rights are violated, we need to lodge complaints. Talking about it among ourselves, about how unfair it is not enough. We need to ensure that there is a record of what has happened.
INDECOM's responsibility is to impartially investigate allegations that the rights of citizens have been abused by members of the JDF, all the units and formations of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and the Department of Corrections, and to therefrom recommend prosecutions, recommend hearings, disciplinary hearings in the various forces for the matter to be resolved, or if there is no one, no officer or soldier is responsible to make it clear that the allegation is unjustified. Because what is happening in Jamaica is that we have a very high level of death and injury by state agents, and we have limited resources at INDECOM. So we have decided to focus our attention on the death and injury cases and to have a more supervisory role in matters where there are no death or injury relating. So the Inspectorate branch of the police force will remain the primary body that does the non-fatal, non-injurious actions.
I arrived in 2007 to set up the new anti-corruption branch. There wasn't one. There was an internal affairs department which was doing quite well, but they wanted to set up a brand new, clean sheet of paper, set up a new anti-corruption branch. And we've done quite well with that. We don't deal with all police complaints. They're dealt with by the Inspector General's office, who deal with all the public complaints that come in. I deal predominantly with allegations of police corruption, unethical behaviour, police officers not delivering what we expect of them, the standards that they expect. Some of those result in officers going through to the criminal court, some of them don't go there, some of them go to a court of inquiry, and then some of them are being retired in the public interest. Some of the, I don't know whether I like the phrase, but it's the cleansing programme that we're trying to do of the JCF. And the figures speak for themselves. Nearly 200 officers last year were removed from the organisation. I mean, that's not the future. The future for me is to prevent it in the first place. So what we've done, we've written a new ethics and integrity policy and programme, and it was only published in April this year. The thing now I've got to do is the medium to long-term strategies, which are about embedding the standards of ethics and integrity in the police service. One of the successes we've set up is the 1-800 corrupt line, which is an independent line. It's offshore. People can ring in and leave their messages. Nobody asks, who are you? They just want to know the information you've got. Then that comes back here. Totally secure. Even Justin Police can't find out who made the phone call.
Let's say a dead body is found on the side of the road and the community is saying it was a policeman that shot him. Are you then able to take control?
Yes, we will take charge of that scene. It now becomes our forte, where we take those functions used to be the functions of the BSI and the police crime scene investigation unit. We now take over that function of it. So it becomes our forte, where we are the ones who will go to that scene, do all the necessary processing, the preservation, the processing of that scene to recover any potential exhibits, evidence, whatever there is that will help with the investigation and will lead to justified outcome.
Jamaica has a culture of informer for dead. Do you think I should fear for my life if I were to make a complaint?
We will do everything in our power to ensure that any anxiety that a witness has is treated with and reduced to a negligible level. We can ensure that people can be assured that complaints made to this office are confidentially kept. We have no police officers in this office. It's all civilian office, and for those reasons, people can be assured of how we're going to treat their complaints.
For more information on your rights or legal assistance, contact Jamaicans for Justice by calling 755-4524-6 or visit us on the web at www.jamaicansforjustice.org. If your rights have been violated by a police officer, you can contact the Independent Commission of Investigations. Call toll-free at 1-888-4HELP. That's 1-888-4HELP. Or by email at indecom@cwjamaica.com. You can also make in-person visits in Kingston and Montego Bay. If you want to report a police officer to the Anti-Corruption Branch, call 926-9596 or 1-800-CORRUPT. So if you feel as if your human rights have been violated, remember, you have the right to complain. And also remember, justice for one means justice for all.
You better get up, stand up. If you've been done wrong, you better stand up for your rights like that Marley song. Get yourself represented, lawfully defended.